Welcome to the Daily Dish with Leanne Ely. This is a show about you, your life, and the vibrancy you want. Join us for daily motivation, wise women's tips, and more as we collectively gather together and move the needle in our lives, heart, mind, body, and soul. Now, here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Having a little song, having a little dance. It's Motivational Monday. And who's in the house? I already see Catherine and Jocelyn and Gloria and Carla. And you know who else is here, don't you? It's the Dream Team. There's Amber. She's already saying hello. Jenny's here. She's saying hi. You know who else is here? Lindsay. I'm just going to call Lindsay our little tech wizard. She's all so quiet, but she knows things. She knows things, and she helps you all out. If you've ever seen one of her tutorials, you know. Gloria, thank you. This hair is going to be gone on Thursday. I'm telling you. I'm getting myself a haircut up to here. Hello, Erica. I'm so glad you're here. Flynn is in the house in like Flynn. Mother Hen's here. Nancy's here. Cheers to you, Mother Hen. Love you. Diane, I'm glad you're here as well. Marguerite, we've got, who else do we have in here? Martha and Doris. Why am I cutting my hair? It's just time. It'll grow. I've had enough. It's just a lot. Do you know how long it took me to do my hair today? You know, and then you wash it and you condition it and then you dry it and then you put the curlers in. Yeah, no. There's my girl, Michelle. So good to have you here, Michelle. I'm glad you're here. Rebecca's in the house. We got a full house here, and I'm so grateful for all of you to be here. Are you watching our TikToks? Someone is. Hundreds of thousands of people are loving our TikToks. I'm teaching them about L-glutamine and what a great trick it is to cut off the pleasure center of the brain. So if you're on TikTok, get in there. Go get into TikTok at Saving Dinner. That's where you can find us. We're really excited about it. It's been really fun. And it's been busy for Mark. So Flynn sent me these cute little things that said TikTok star. You know, they're little key rings, whatever. I am going to put a key on it now. You know, I feel like I just got the key. Thanks, Flynn. I just love it. Anyway, we are enjoying it too we're enjoying it as a company too. And the Dream Team has been knocking their socks off. You can just all say little prayers for everyone. And, you know, and our tech guys they're having a good time we have a little bit of a mess in the back, but you know, we're here to fix things and make your experience always good on our website. You know that, because we love you. This week, we're going to be talking about letting things go. Pinkies up if you're one of these women who really needs to hear this message. I actually wrote this for me. I need this. It's really important that we let things go. Old stuff doesn't do us any justice. Very rarely is old stuff, you know, holding on to an old thing, you know, something that's a treasure. Usually it's clutter. And I'm not talking just things. I'm talking about thoughts too. So pinkies up. Let's go, girls. We're gonna get down to it on this. And today's show is gonna be helpful. If you're a note taker, get out your pencil. You know how I feel about pencils. Get out your pencils, get out your journal and take some notes. And especially you're gonna want this quote of the week. It's this. At any given moment, you have the power to say, this is not how my story is going to end. Amen. Love it. That's Toby Mac. And if you don't know, he's a Christian contemporary band. And I just love their sayings. They're just really on the mark. Hey, Joanne, I'm glad you're here. It's a good one. So the other way that you can get our show notes, of course, is to subscribe to our newsletter. Hello. If you're not doing that, you're missing out on all kinds of stuff, including recipes, special deals, a little notification of events and fun things that are coming up. You can just do that by going to savingdinner.com, or you can also do it this way. Oh, hello. I've got messages here. You don't need to be seeing that. This is how you do it with your phone. You send the word join, JOIN, all in caps, to this phone number, 855-960-3720, and you will be added to our list when you reply yes to confirm your subscription, because we will send you a message back as soon as you hit the join thing. Okay? Do that. Let's do it. Hey, Lynn, Kathy, good to see you. And Christina's in the house. I missed you coming in, Christina. There you are. I'm glad. She's down another pound this week. Okay, so I have to just tell you, y'all, my daughter came over last night. She made one of my favorite things, chicken tikka masala, which I adore. And my daughter is just quite the cook. And you know, what a loving thing to do is make somebody a meal. When's the last time you've done that for someone? I mean, sometimes you make meals all the time for the family, but just go to their house and make a meal. It was one of the best things ever. It didn't cost her a dime, groceries, but it was just the best thing ever. And I will tell you, it meant everything to me. And my son-in-law, Sam, was there. And by the way, hi, Sam. Sam watches my show. Can you believe it? I don't know. I think they do it just so they can tease me, but I don't care. I'm here, right? Anyway, so that was wasn't that so sweet? I love family, and, hanging out with my kids is one of the best things in the whole world. Just enjoy the heck out of them. They're just the neatest people. So anyway, that's that. The confidence course is going full steam ahead, y'all. And if you want to get signed up for it, now is the time. We're saying hi to Sam. Yeah, y'all say hi to Sam. All you have to do is go to savingdinner.com/confidence. That course is going to rock and roll. And we start a week from tomorrow. So it is time. Get on it. Okay? Pinkies up on that one. Who doesn't need a little extra confidence? I'm really proud of this course too, y'all. I really am. And we have a delay with the printer. So you who are signed up will be getting a PDF in your email. Check that, get it printed off, and use that for the first part. I apologize. That's just, this is the way things are sometimes. So we're cool with that, right? Go to savingdinner.com/confidence. You can get registered that way. It's going to be really, really fun. And I know a whole lot of you who are in that. I'm excited. It's going to be great. Full Bloom. Our Full Bloom right here at my house on the lake with the boat. Friday night, we're going to be floating and boating, drinking wine, having a little charcuterie board. I am telling you. Saturday all day, we're going to be filled with content and lots of great community and fellowship and love. And then Sunday is a drop-in brunch. That's how the whole thing works. I will tell you, you do not have to worry about one bit of food. Not one bit. You know why? Because we cover it all from Friday night all the way to Sunday. See, isn't that cool? Joanne, you can't come. I'm sad. Oh, I thought you were coming. It makes me sad. Okay. Well, anyway, Full Bloom. Get it on your calendar. Go get your tickets. savingdinner.com/bloom. And we have threads going where people are, doubling up. Oh, you are coming to Full Bloom. Oh, good. I thought you said you're sad you can't. Oh, that just was breaking my heart. Yay, good. You have to come, Joanne. I haven't seen you forever. So anyway, get that on your calendar. Go get your ticket. Let's get this happening, and we will, give you all, of course, information and everything that you need. The last thing that I want to tell you about is Q&A. Well, second to last thing is Friday. Send your emails into support@savingdinner.com. Put question for Leanne on Friday right there in the subject line, and I will take care of you. Cool? Yeah, I'll give it on Fridays. You hear me? Do Q&A, and this is how you get it done. Secondarily, by the way, I'm drinking hot milk mix. That's what this is. Boop. We have that available in the shop, and we love this because it's exogenous ketones keeping you in ketosis, and electrolytes which will always make you feel better. Electrolytes aren't just for athletes, right? They're for everyone. This is how we start to feel really good in our own skin. All right. Oh gosh, how could I forget this? Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Here's what you need to know. This is your stock up. I'm getting all crazy on this. It's beauty support this week, y'all. Yeah. Savingdinner.com/show. Buy 3, get 1 free. Buy 3, get 1 free. This is how you stock up. And I know we're going to do it this time, and we have the supplies. If you want to buy 6 and get 2 free, you can do it. You can pretend this is casino. This is, on our galas, this is how you stock up on this. And if you are like me and Joanne, we have a bunch of us who take 2 a day, morning and night. So this is the way you can do it so that you can keep up with this supplement. Savingdinner.com/show. Go grab yours. I know, Joanne, you and me both wouldn't be without it. Danelle says that electrolytes make a huge difference for me. Amen, sister. It's everything. Absolutely everything. All right, let's get started with today's stuff. And by the way, we will be doing TikTok live probably later on this week, or maybe starting next week. I'm getting all the details put together, but excited about that. Hey there, Lucy. I'm glad you're here. All right. Here's the deal. I told you we're going to be talking about letting things go, right? And this is absolutely crucial stuff for those of us who are on this quest to live a vibrant life. Because sometimes vibrancy will not coexist with all the old garbage that you've got squirreled away in your life, the stuff you can see and even the stuff that you can't. That's just how this whole thing works. So I've been thinking about this and really marinating on it. Like, what are the things that will fuel vibrancy? And one of the things that just came to me, and it was in my meditation, was that it's letting go of stuff. Because we reach a saturation point where we still need to let things go. We really do. This is letting go of something oftentimes means we're going to get something else in. Have you noticed that? Reaping and sowing, ebb and flow, karma. I mean, whatever you want to call it. This is the whole thing. This is how this whole thing, breathing. We breathe in and then we breathe out. This is how it works. This is a cycle, and there's beauty in that. There's extraordinary beauty in it, but there's some struggle there too sometimes, isn't there? And that's when we have to let go of certain things. That's when we kind of reach this pinnacle of knowing, I really have to let go of that. I have to let go of this thought. I have to let go of this person. I have to let go of these circumstances. I have to let go of all this regret that's I'm carrying around like a backpack on my back. I have to let go of this pain that's inside of me and just let it go. I have to let go of, yes, the clutter, because this is all mental clutter that I'm talking about. The physical clutter can be like a visual manifestation of what's going on the inside. Psychologists even talk about that. Did you know that? It's interesting. They say that the difficulty with letting go has to do with the past. Isn't that interesting as well? And isn't it true too that most of clutter is all about the past? It's all stuff that got unpacked and then is just sitting around and bugging the daylights out of you. And it's always looking at you, isn't it? It's always looking at you and saying, hey, here I am. It's sort of like, I don't know, it's sort of like having a boogeyman, in a pile here and a pile there. Always letting you know, here I am. And it's annoying. But there's no surprise there. We know that this is what it is. We know that the difficulty is in letting go of the past. But when we let go of the past, whether or not it's a person, a circumstance, or even clutter, is because letting go. What does it mean to us really? It's a white flag of sorts. It's a surrender, and that ultimately means letting go of control. Have you thought about that? Have you connected those dots ever? I've just started thinking about that because it's just like, ooh, gotta let go of that. I'm redoing my whole office. So those of you who are going to be here for Full Bloom, I'll give you a tour when you're here. But I've added some hot pink, like this kind of hot pink color, and all kinds of things. And also I'm going to be, these are going to be given away. You'll see. I'll let you know. But I have all the original artwork for all the covers of my books, of the Saving Dinner books, the series. And it's time for me to allow the Dinner Diva to have a little bit of a retirement and enjoy her retirement as we walk into this life of vibrancy. Amen. So, I mean, I'm really excited about that. But letting go of these things, letting go of these was a big deal. And as I was thinking about it, as I was processing letting go of them, I've had them 20 something years, well, no, not at all. Not 20 something years, less than that, but at least 15 years, 16, 17. Each year that I wrote a book, I contacted the artist and I asked her to, I commissioned her to do the artwork, and then I had them framed. I mean, I did a good job with each one of them, and I love them dearly. But giving them away, and we're going to do some kind of a drawing. We're figuring that out as a team. We're going to figure out how to do that. Giving them away to somebody who would love it and would love to have this piece of Saving Dinner history would just light me up. It would light me up, and I bet it, whoever wins it is going to light them up. Got to let go of things, though, sometimes. Even beloved treasures like this, even sweet, even little things. It's interesting what happens to you and what happens to your surroundings as well, when you start letting go of things. And as I started to let go and make room for what was next, a lot of interesting things just happened to start happening with TikTok and with everything else. So hold on to that thought, okay? Put a pin in that and really, really think about it. As a matter of fact, I strongly suggest you use this as a journal prompt this week. Like, if I were to let go of something that I've always loved, but have outgrown or want to bless somebody else with it, what would that look like? A thing. If I were to let go of this person, if I were to let go of this thought and these thinking patterns. And remember, you don't have to believe every thought you have. Every thought you have is not necessarily God's truth. We act like it, but it's not necessarily true. I mean, we have, if that were the case, we'd all be walking on water, girlfriends, and it's just not. So start thinking about that. And for those of you who said to me before, you have real difficulty in journaling, well, here's some good stuff to journal about. So here's the thing is, though, if we're going to have grit over quit, then we have to sort out what stays and we have to sort out what goes, and what goes doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get trashed. Like I just explained about these pictures. They've been beloved. I have schlepped them all over this country. I have dutifully hung them in every single one of my office, and each one of them's got good juju. I love each one of them. It's a caricature of me. And so when we look at this, when I look at this, I know I get the opportunity and the privilege to bless someone with it. Who's going to love it? Who's going to love it? So it's so great. So letting go is a giving up an aspect of something or someone that is you or was you anyway. Now, the Dinner Diva will always be my girl, and I will always be her. But she's had a good run of 20-something years, hasn't she? And I've loved her, and I still and always will. But she no longer represents who I am today. She no longer represents and who you are and what our lives are about and what our path is, this path to vibrancy, So I want her to go somewhere where she's going to be loved. That's exactly what I want. Fear is attached to change, isn't it? Isn't it? I think it's massively attached to it. Even if it's old clothes, even if it's a horrible boyfriend, or even food, I've told you my nutrition stories of coaching people and how they have said, oh, I can't give up my cheese. And I always know we've got a problem when we start using personal pronouns around food. because we talk about my children or even my car, things that are important, people that are important. But when we start doing that with food, we got to pay attention to that. And sometimes maybe it's a little difficult to give up food, but it's a necessary thing to do because it's causing you problems. Same with people. I remember breaking up with a guy who was absolutely the worst for me. But all I would dwell on and think about were the times when it was really good. But if I looked at the other 85% of the time, I would have just dropped him like, a bad habit. But that the fear of change, like, oh no, I'm single, or oh, whatever, is there. And that's part of the problem and the hardship of letting go. It can be scary. It can be intimidating. You think, well, what if I'm going to be single now for the rest of my life? Or what if I need this again? Or what if this is all there is? What if I'll never have more? Scarcity thinking enters the picture. But resistance to change is what this is called by psychologists. They say resistance to change is the reason that people like hoard, and the reason that people can't get off the dime to change out a light bulb, even, or whatever. But this is the truth. This is how we operate as humans. But one study found that there's a certain amount of discomfort a person can tolerate before the moment of acknowledging the need to change. We all know about this. So this is the proof in the pudding that change is always uncomfortable. And if you've ever sat in front of a doctor and had a difficult diagnosis given to you, it's caused you to change, hasn't it? Or at least this idea that, ooh, I better change, or else X, Y, and Z is next. These are the things that we have to look at. Now, do you all remember Elizabeth Kubler-Ross? She was the one who pioneered the research on death and dying. And what she noticed, she was a Swiss psychiatrist. She noticed that there are 5 stages in the death and dying process. And I think these are applicable to us also letting things go, because oftentimes letting things go feels like a little death in a way, doesn't it? A breakup, or leaving, that toxic friend behind, or, all of these, and there's a little pain involved, isn't there? Even getting rid of clutter sometimes, even though after it's all gone and done, you feel liberated and new. So let's take a look at the first stage is denial. And this is avoidance or refusal to accept the existence of a problem or an issue. And the thing is, that's very short-lived. That's the first thing. That's when you start entering this whole process of processing, letting go. The second is anger. Why me? Why do I have to deal with this? Why, if we were talking about a diagnosis, why am I getting this? Why do I have Hashimoto's, right? How's this? Or it's not fair, and complaining and having a loud voice is part of it. And oftentimes it is regret veiled in anger, like especially with a diagnosis that is lifestyle induced. That's oftentimes what happens, because where that anger is coming from. It's anger turned inward. The next one's bargaining. We know about this one. So you're clinging to this irrational hope that you can keep my cheese and eat it too, maybe, and not have it flare your face with rosacea like I had, or cause aches and pains in your, joints, especially people with rheumatoid arthritis, right? The dairy and the cheese, it can be scary. So watch that if you have that. And that's when the facts are telling you otherwise. So just be careful about this whole thing, because we have to be careful. We have to understand exactly what it is that we're dealing with, and then make decisions based on the truth and not the bargaining. Yeah. So one of my favorites is I'll give up. I actually had somebody on a Zoom call. This is years ago, talking to me. She said, well, if my doctor says, because I was telling her, well, your waist over 35 inches, that's carbohydrates telling you that you're overloaded, right? That's your body letting you know that it's time to let them go, at least for a season, till we can get things back into the, range. I don't care what you weigh, but let's look at your waist. That's where the fat lives. And we had this whole discussion. And she says, okay, I'll give up the sugar and carbs until, that was her bargaining, not understanding and looking at, if I do this, then really I'm saving my life and saving my health and my vibrancy. And I'm getting rid of an addiction and all of this, but letting go of these things is difficult. And that's when we're in the bargaining stage. And then there's number 4 is depression. Of course, that's going to come in, because depression really is the middle ground between acceptance and knowing you can't bargain your way out of it, and it also lets you know exactly where you are, and that feeling bad and feeling depressed about it is a natural thing. Of course you do, it's never fun at this point. It's never fun if you're having to let go of something, but it's a necessary thing. And then there's acceptance, because what is acceptance really? Accept letting go completely, 100%. And that's exactly what it is. That's when we finally figure out, what? It's time to create a new reality. It's time to create a new normal for me. And my new normal is I just leave the carbs alone. I have the chicken tikka masala without the rice, for example, or whatever it is that you are going with. It's cool, and pretty soon it just feels normal after a little time. But letting go is part of life, We do this when we breathe. We do this when we observe autumn. And around here, we get like the most gorgeous autumn. But in order to get this beautiful color, we have to recognize that the trees are going to let go of those beautiful leaves as well. And then we get to rake them. But that's another thing entirely. But finding the reason why isn't easy sometimes, is it? Not at all. Sometimes it can be easily remedied, and you can figure out your why right away. Like, I just need to let go of this because then I'm going to feel better. I won't be single forever, but I'll at least get rid of this horrible boyfriend who was abusive, or whatever it is that you need to get rid of. If you can't accept it, if you can't, well, first of all, if you can do something about it, then you can do something about it. And if you can't accept it, then you hold yourself hostage trying to find out what the why is. And that could be a problem. So what I've found is that the longer you hold on to something when it's simply not serving you, and even if you can't fully figure out the why, it will continue to anger and cause bitterness, as a matter of fact. And that's all bitterness is just anger, just extenuated, out until forever. We have to process letting go, though. All of us do, of anything. But on the other side of that incredible release is the space for something new, for my hot pink office. Yeah, wait till you see, y'all. You're just not going to believe. And my sweet son-in-law is going to paint my office for me. Isn't that darling? He's been a professional painter before, so it's going to be done beautifully and well. And it's just going to be white, but it's just going to be nice and just clean, This is the first time I've ever done this with my office, and I'm absolutely delighted to do this, and I can't wait to show it off either. But this is the other side of this release, is getting something brand new and having the space and having the time and enjoying and celebrating the newness of the thing, of the person, of the thoughts, of an office, So tomorrow we're going to deal into some of these tools on how to let go. But today I just wanted to, plant some seeds here on this whole process of letting go and understand that there's some turmoil involved. But letting go is one area of self-examination that you can take to the bank, because it's an internal thing, it's an external thing. And when we start to do a little bit of both, watch what happens. Watch the release. Watch the peace that comes in as you create the visual peace around you, as you create the internal peace inside of you. That's exactly what it is. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're going to be here for tomorrow's show, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. Meanwhile, I'm just welcome to the week. It's going to be a fantastic week. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you a lot. You mean everything to me. I will see you tomorrow. Peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Check back for new episodes. If you missed the live show, you can always watch the replay. You can find Saving Dinner on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, pinkies up.